Hello and welcome to another video tutorial brought to you by octotuts.com. Today's video was actually requested by one of my viewers. They wanted a tutorial about how to make an Xbox themed background. And I thought to myself, Xbox, Call of Duty, they're pretty much the same thing. I mean, one of the best known video games on the Xbox is the Call of Duty game series. So I thought to make a tutorial about how to make a wallpaper featuring the new Call of Duty game, Black Ops. And this is what I came up with. As you can see, it's a pretty cool looking grunge style wallpaper featuring the video game. And this is in 1280 by 720 resolution, and you could download it in the video description below and make it your own wallpaper. But also in this video, I'll be teaching you how to make the wallpaper for yourself and also how to make this logo. And to make things simpler, I have made a folder with everything that you guys need to make this inside of it. The link to download this folder will be in the video description below too. We have the font for the Call of Duty logo. We have the camouflage texture, the screenshot of a Call of Duty game, 2 brushes, a JPEG of the background so you can make it your wallpaper, a PSD of the background so you can see exactly what I did, and the PSD of the logo so you could check that out too. All of these were gathered from a couple websites. I got the font from fontzone.com. I got the camouflage texture from magnafabrics.com. I got the Call of Duty screenshot from gamerinvestments.com. And these 2 brushes from cubebrushes.net. The links to all of these sites will be in the video description too. So with all of that being said, go ahead and download this folder and let's get started. To keep things simple, I divided this tutorial into 2 big steps. First, I'll teach you guys how to make the logo. Then we'll bring the logo into the background and I'll teach you guys how to make the background. So let's get started. Let's click on File, New, and let's make a new image with a width of 500 pixels and a height of 250 pixels and press OK. We're going to double click on our background layer and press OK to unlock the background layer. We're going to select the color black, select the paint bucket tool, and fill that in with black. You should end up with something like this. Next, we're going to choose a light gray color with the hex code of DF, DF, DF. Press OK to that, and let's select the text tool, and let's get started with the actual text. We want our font to be impact, and the size of the font to be 110 points. And let's click on the left side and type in a capital C. And then let's choose our pointer tool and position this to the left, something like this. Then let's click on the text tool again and type in a capital ALL. And we want to make the size of this 100 points. So it's going to be just a little bit smaller than the C, and we're going to position this like so. And we want the C to hang out of the bottom a little bit. Then we're going to choose the text tool again, type in DUT, and this is going to be an impact and a 100-point font, and we're going to position this to the right of call. So something like that. And then let's choose the text tool again and type in the Y. And we want this to be 110 points for the font size. And then we'll position this to the right of DUT, and we'll have the bottom of the Y hang out a little bit. And we'll choose our text tool again and type in capital OF, and we'll make the size of this 36 points. And this is going to be a lot smaller than the rest of it, and we'll just position this in the middle of call and duty. And then let's take a look at this, and let's take a look at the actual logo. And as you can see, it's pretty similar. Maybe I'll bring in the duty part a little bit more. And let's center in the OF. And then we have, there you go, it looks a lot better. So we have Call of Duty done. Now we just need the Black Ops section done. We downloaded a font to simulate the Black Ops font. So if we click here, and we could choose the Bank Gothic font that we just downloaded. And we could type in Black Ops. But as you can see, the spacing in between the letters is a little too wide. Take a look at that, and then take a look at the logo. As you can see, it's a little too wide. So what we're going to do is we have to individually type the letters one by one and position them next to each other so they're right next to each other. Now this is going to take some time, but we'll go ahead and do that, and I'll fast forward this part so you don't have to sit here for an hour and watch me do that. So let's get started with that. So I'm finally done with the Black Ops section of the Call of Duty logo. So let's take a look at this, and let's take a look at the logo that I made before this tutorial. And as you can see, they're pretty similar. Now all that's missing is this grunge black effect on the logo, and that's easily done. you downloaded a brush set of Grunge brushes in the folder that I provided, and just open that up in Photoshop, select the brush tool, click on the color black, and then just pretty much choose one of the Grunge brushes from the set. And then you want to make a new layer, so click on Command-Shift-N or Control-Shift-N if you're on Windows, and press OK. And now it's pretty much a trial and error process, and just click and see what you could come up with. As you can see, that was a little too much, so I'm going to click Command-Z to undo it, and then let's maybe choose another brush and try it again. And then choose a couple different brushes. That looks good. Maybe one more and I'm done. Don't like that one. And that's not bad. So this is what I came up with the final logo. Now what we want to do is, as you can see, we have a black background. If we get rid of that black background, you can see all the Grunge brushes around the actual logo. But with the black background, it looks the way it should. But what we want to do is make sure that the brushes are only on the text. So what we'll do is click Command or Control if you're on Windows, and click on the text icon of all of these texts. And we want to hold Shift while we do it, so it selects all of them at the same time. So just click one by one on the text logo of all the text layers. And what it'll do is select all of the Call of Duty logo, and then click on Select Inverse, and make sure you have that brush layer selected, and just press the delete button. And then we could click Command D or Control D if you're on Windows to deselect. And as you can see, if we click to hide this black background, now the brush set is only on the text, and that's what we want. So that's it for the first part of this tutorial on how to make the logo of Call of Duty Black Ops. And now let's click and drag this logo onto the new background image, and let's show you guys how to do that. So I made a new image with a width of 1280 pixels and a height of 720 pixels. And this matches my screen resolution and size, and it'll fit my background perfectly for my desktop image. Now, if your screen resolution and size are different than that, then you want to change the width and the height to match your screen resolution and size, so it'll fit perfectly as your background image. I also went ahead and clicked and dragged the Call of Duty logo to the top left-hand corner of the image. So now let's click on File, Open, and let's open up the Call of Duty screenshot. Let's click and drag this onto our background and just center it into the image. Now we want to add a color overlay to this to make it more green. So let's double click on it, click on color overlay, and let's choose a green color with the hex code of 117900. Press OK to that, then change the blend mode to soft light, and then press OK. Next, click on File, Open, and let's open up the Camouflage texture, also located in the Call of Duty Wallpaper I provided, the Call of Duty Wallpaper folder I provided for you guys. And then click and drag that onto the background image. And what we want to do is place this on the top right hand corner, and press Command T or Control T if you're on Windows, and make it fit the whole size of the wallpaper. And press Enter when you're done, and it should look like this. Now we want to change the blend mode of that to multiply and the opacity to 50%. Now it should look something like this. Next, we want to make a new layer. So let's click on Command-Shift-N or Control-Shift-N if you're on Windows, and press OK. And we want to have a black color selected and the paint bucket tool selected, and just fill that in with black. And we want to change the blend mode of this to screen. Now this is going to make it look like we never made that layer in the first place, but we want that because we don't want it for the layer necessarily. We just want it to make a gradient overlay on it. So double click on that and click Gradient Overlay, and we want our gradient to go from black to white. But we want our black to be a lot less than white. So click on the white and then click once again somewhere over here, and that'll make the black a lot less than the white, and press OK. Next, we want our angle to be -35% and our blend mode to be multiply, and we're done with that. So press OK to that. Now we're almost done. We just need to add the Grunge brush surrounding to this image. So it should look something like this. So that's pretty much easy. Just click on the brush tool and click on one of the Grunge brushes and make a new layer, and pretty much just have fun. Just go around the edges like so and use your imagination and add whatever shape and size that you want for the Grunge brushes. So I'm going to make mine look something like this. And there you go, I'm pretty much done with the surrounding area. And then what we want to do, or one last thing we want to do, is have the brush tool selected, and now we finally get to use that second brush set, which is located in that same folder. And just open that up in Photoshop and select the third brush from that, make a new layer, and just click, then click Command T or Control T if you're on Windows, and make it a little thinner, and press enter, and just position that like so. If you have a little bit of the Call of Duty Black Ops logo section peeking out, the background of the black background, if it's peeking out a little bit, just select the background layer of it, and just erase that. And you should end up with something that looks like this. So that's it for this background. Now feel free to add it to your background for your computer or use it for anything else. That's it for this tutorial. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and until next time, this is octotuts.com, and I'll see you guys later.